what's up everybody? Got another simple one for you today. We're just going to do some ribs. I'm going to use my Titan attachment for the kettle. Really simple, easy. I'm not using any binders, not using nothing. I'm just going to throw some of this low down and dirty from Hunt Chef on these ribs, cover them, nice coat. I got a half chimney of lump charcoal here burning. Once it gets hot and gets that whole stack burning, I'm going to fill up the whole bottom of the kettle. I'm going to throw a couple pieces of wood on it, let it catch fire, throw that Titan attachment on it, get these ribs on. It shouldn't take that long to make. We're not looking for specific internal temps. I'm just going when that probe is like butter. That's when they're going to be done. Should have a nice char on it, nice color. Let's get it. Use whatever ribs you like. Just pick these up from the store, pull the membrane off. You can leave it on, pull it off, it don't matter. I've done it both ways and really didn't tell a difference, but I'm gonna hit it here with this low down and dirty. No binders. Now the meat side, I'm gonna put a lot more on there because I want the meat side to be covered with that flavor. This low down and dirty rub, you've seen me use it before. I love all the Hunt Chef rubs, but this one right here is probably one of my favorites. Just press that in really good. Let those flavors work on the meat. I'll shove these over to the side here, let them hang out. Let the seasoning do the work. You can see they're already starting to kind of sweat a little bit and it's starting to get that color. That's what you want. Once these coals are ready to rock and roll, I'm gonna pour them all the way across the bottom of the kettle. I'm gonna throw some wood on it. I'll probably use some oak wood or hickory, it don't really matter, wood's wood when it comes to cooking over fire. And I'm gonna use my Titan attachment. So I'll throw that on there too once I get the wood going. All right, those coals are nice and hot. I'm gonna dump them all the way across this bottom grate here. Get it nice and spread out. I'm gonna throw some wood on here. Just like that right there. This is my Titan attachment. Pretty slick little deal there. Sits right on top of my Weber kettle. I've had this thing for a few years now and I absolutely love it. Got it off the Titan.com. I think it's TitanAccessories.com or something like that for $100. Can't beat it. These things are nice and sweated up. Look at the color on them. That is beautiful. I'm just gonna slide them right on here. Just like that right there. Now this thing is running really, really hot, so I've got this thing up in the air a little bit higher. You wanna hold it to like, you can hold your hand over it for 5 seconds or less. That's where you need to be cooking it at. You're still gonna get that flame and that smoke and that all that stuff from the wood. It's gonna be great. All right, it's been about 15 minutes. I'm just gonna give these guys a quick flip here. Just like that. Let that meat side cook. I do have a little apple juice here in my sprayer. You can use butter. You can use water. Whatever you want to use. But we're going to try to keep some moisture on them. You can already see that bone is starting to draw back. That's good. Hey, real quick, y'all, while these things are cooking, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to check out my Facebook and Instagram. I do a little bit more pictures and things like that on my Facebook and Instagram because of, I don't know, just it's mostly pictures, like deer pictures and things like that. But some stuff that you see on here, you will see on there, but some stuff you won't. So don't forget, go over there, give that a follow. I really appreciate it. You can see how I have the fire. It's basically, the heat is all the way across the grill. That way you're getting an even heat basically all the way across it. That way it cooks the ribs evenly. All right, it's been about 15 minutes. Give them another flip. Man, that char on this stuff that's coming is absolutely amazing. Don't forget, if you want to spritz them, you can. You don't really have to. I just want to keep that moisture in there. Because when you cook over smoke and cook over heat like this, over a fire, that smoke and that heat will suck that moisture right out. So you definitely want to, in my opinion, keep some moisture on it. Man, look at the color on these. Look at that char. These things are looking great. It's been right at an hour. Let's test this out here. Try not to hit the bone when you're testing this. Oh man, those things are... Yeah, those babies are done. Give you a little gander here before I pull them off of the fire. Look at that. You got that char on the outside of it. Look at that bend, but don't break. Just gonna pull them off and set them right here. And while they're still hot, give them another little quick spritz of whatever you're using. And then just let them hang out for a little bit. I'm using apple juice. Cool thing about using this kettle with the Titan, I can just pull this thing right off. Choke out that flame. So if I'm using charcoal, I can save charcoal. All right, one of the most important things you do after you cook anything, steak, smoke a brisket, smoke ribs, smoke pork butt, ribs on the grill, steak on the grill, chicken on the grill, anything you make on anything, the most important part is the resting part of it. Some stuff you don't have to rest as long as others. Like brisket, you can do an hour to 4 hours to however long you want, basically, as long as it's above an hour. The cooking process needs to be stopped. So that way, whenever it cooks, it basically expands. The resting part of it brings all the juices back into the meat. So if you cut into it right now, all those juices go away and it'll dry the meat out. So right now, just let it rest, let it hang out here, and we'll wait. I'm probably gonna wait 15, 20 minutes, and then these things should be nice and ready to slice into. I didn't put any sauce on them. If you cook things right, then you don't really need sauce. I know it's just an added flavor, but hey, you do you. Put whatever sauce, put whatever in the crap you want on these things. Make it the way you want to make them. But today, I'm not putting any sauce on them right now. I may add some sauce just to see what it tastes like after I cut into it, but I'm telling you right now, those things smell amazing. All right, I am ready to dive into these. I'm gonna slice into them. I just got my little fish fillet knife. Perfect for ribs. You can see the char it has on the outside of them. I'm just gonna find a bone here and go right down it. This knife probably isn't the sharpest in the world. Cuts down through there just like butter. Let's try one here before we cut any more, just to make sure they are done. They're still pretty flippin' hot. Youch. They are a little bit warm. Check that out. You can see the juices coming out of them. Look at that. if these things are good, I'll never cook ribs like any other way ever again. Well, y'all been waiting long enough. Cooker's reward. Let's try these babies out. Oh my gosh. Clean bite through, right off the bone. Man, that char, that flavor. God. Sorry I'm sitting here eating in front of you, but that's Cooker's reward, baby. Man, that's a pretty clean bone for just cooking these right over fire in an hour. Yeah. Hey, that right there is killer. That's probably one of the best ways I've ever had ribs. I ain't even gonna lie to you. It takes an hour. I mean, why not? Do the prep work on the fire, all that stuff. Keep an eye on the fire. Flip these things every 15, 20 minutes. An hour. And, I mean, that's pretty clean. A few little stragglers here and there, but nice clean bite through. I don't have to sit here and tug at it. It's not tough, it's tender. Probe tender, don't worry about the temperature. As soon as that probe goes in like butter, they're done. These things are amazing, I ain't even gonna lie. You got that char, that bark, but then you squeeze the rib and all the juice is coming out of it. Ow, that's hot. You can see the juices just bubbling. Man, right there. Well, hope y'all liked today's video. Try some ribs over fire. It takes an hour. Probably total prep time, fire, and all that, probably an hour and 15 minutes. But if you haven't, you got to give this a shot. But like I said before, hit that like and subscribe. Keep pumping these babies out. Thanks, y'all.